at the deadline, obviously things are going to get real spicy here, right? We saw Pascal Siakam get traded. We've seen OG Anunoby get traded, Terry Rozier. So in the Eastern Conference, there's already been some dominoes to fall. And I think in the Western Conference, especially with some of these older veteran teams, seeing the way that OKC is pushing the pace, seeing the way that Minnesota is pushing the pace. You got Denver. We already know how much of a threat they are. Some of these older teams are going to be looking and wanting to get in that picture. My Los Angeles Lakers are probably the team that's going to be making the first move. A lot of talk about D'Angelo Russell, a lot of talk about Austin Reeves being moved. And potentially for me, when I look at Dejounte Murray, the name Donovan Mitchell's been thrown out there, Trae Young, as a fantasy player, I don't really want to see any of those guys leave their current situations because they're all really fantasy friendly setups. But as a Laker fan, if I could bring one and still hold some fantasy value, Dejounte Murray seems like the type of player that would, elevate his game with the trade to the Lakers. I think that he wouldn't be suppressed. He wouldn't feel like a third option. He kind of fits in defensively. He'll still give you the same. Efficiency-wise, he'll still give you the same. And there won't be a huge drop-off in scoring because we know that LeBron and AD sometimes like to take nights off. So for me, I'm going with Dejounte Murray. I feel like he would be a really good fit fantasy-wise and real-life-wise for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, I feel like if Dejounte went to the Lakers, he'd probably be more of the same fantasy player that he is now. Like I would expect, 25-5 with maybe almost 2 steals. I do feel like he would raise the floor for the Lakers though. And like D'Lo's been playing outstanding, like crazy ever since he's been inserted in the starting lineup. 27 points, like this guy's playing like he's got his next bag coming up. And I feel like Dejounte Murray is a person that is going to be star power enough for LeBron to be happy. Maybe he'll continue to play some games, but I think they got to work out some contractual things because I think, the Atlanta Hawks are trying to get Austin Reeves as a part of that deal. Is he untouchable to you? Because like if you're getting Dejounte Murray, like
I think we saw the ceiling for Austin Reeves last year. And, you want complementary pieces, but you kind of need another guy that can hold their own, a 20-point type player. And I think Austin Reeves is probably on the outskirts of being a 20 to 25-point scorer. Let me ask you this, though, Dan, because there's been some other names, and fantasy-wise, they would have some huge, huge implications. If Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell, you can talk about either, one of those two were to go to the Lakers, do you see them carrying the same fantasy value that they have on their current teams?
I feel like Trae Young is pretty much untouchable. Like, I feel like his skill set, like he's always, playing with LeBron and AD, I feel like his 10 assists a game would be almost guaranteed. And if anything, I feel like LeBron wants to do less facilitation, right? Like he was forced to play point guard just because they don't have anybody. So I feel like that's their most glaring need. To get Donovan Mitchell, I feel like it's just to get another 25-point score. That's nice. But I feel like Trae Young would actually be a little bit more dynamic with that offense, just the way that he can pass and be more of a true point guard at times, but then also knock down those critical clutch buckets that they need. Thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't already, man, join a fantasy basketball team. You can download the Yahoo Fantasy app or go to yahoofantasy.com. Get entered to win a $100 e-gift card to spend at NBA.com. Why not? It's free and you get to play some fantasy hoops. So do that. We'll see you next week on Get to the Points.